everybody. I am ready for another art lesson today, and I do have my friends Cody and Scout here today. Here they are. All right, we're going to start with our 3 deep breaths. You ready to get started? Okay. Close your eyes. Remember to breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Fantastic. Okay, we are going to start with a book that I love, and I have read this to several of you, but I love it so much, and it's kind of going along with our lesson today, and it's called Mixed, a colorful story by Arree Chung. In the beginning, there were 3 colors: yellows, reds, and blues. Reds were the loudest. La, 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 la. Yellows were the brightest. Bing. And blues were the coolest. Everyone lived in color harmony until one afternoon when a red said, "Reds are the best." And the yellows disagreed. "No, we're the best because we're the brightest." And the blues were too cool to even respond. The colors decided to live in separate parts of the city. You've got Redville, Bluetown, and Yellow Heights. But then one day, a yellow noticed a blue. The blue looked sad. And something happened. The blue said, "I feel so happy when I'm with you." And the yellow said, "And I feel so calm when I'm with you." Yellow and blue became inseparable. Life felt so vibrant. But not all the colors were happy about it. Some of the blues said, "I don't like yellow's effect on blue," and red. Some of the reds said, "Colors shouldn't mix." And some yellow said, "That blue isn't bright enough for yellow." But yellow and blue loved each other so much, they decided to mix. They got married. Together, they created a new color. Bet you know what it is. They named her green. Green was bright like yellow and calm like blue. But really, she was a color all of her own. Everyone was fascinated. "She's so cute. I've never seen anything like her before." Even the grumpy colors fell in love with green. "Can I hold her?" The colors began to see new possibilities, and soon other colors mixed and mixed. And mixed and mixed. There were so many new colors and lots of new names. Be careful, Jade. Don't forget your glasses, Lavender. Have fun, Amber. The old neighborhood of Redville, Bluetown, and Yellow Heights didn't make sense anymore. Everyone wanted to live together, so they rebuilt the entire city. The new city was full of color. It wasn't perfect, but it was home. Look at that. See all the new colors they created. In the beginning, of course, we just had red, yellow, and blue, our primary colors. And look at all the new joyful colors. I just love that book. Okay, so today we are going to do a lesson that involves mixing colors. And you are going to get to try it almost like a science experiment, okay? Let me see if I can set this up. Here we go. All right, we're gonna be creating today we're gonna be doing some prints. And what we're making these are called floating chalk prints. Beautiful mix of colors. And these are called bubble prints, okay? And it's almost like mixing colors in two different ways using simple materials you can find at home. The first one we're gonna start is called the floating chalk print. And what you'll need is some paper, just cut into small pieces that will fit inside whatever tray you choose. This is like a lasagna tray. You're gonna fill it up halfway with water, okay? Then you're going to need some chalk pastels. Now, we use these all the time in art and they're very vibrant and wonderful. If you only have sidewalk chalk at home, that's okay. They just probably won't be as vibrant. You're going to start with taking the chalks, and you need some sort of instrument to scrape it with. I'm just gonna use this ruler that I have. And I'm gonna start by taking my chalk and just scratching it in there. And you see how it's floating on the top of the water? Just let it sit there, okay? Then I'm gonna take another color. You can use all the colors you like this time. They will sort of stay separate and not turn into a big brown color like when we mix paints. This is kind of a new experiment. You want to take some green. You kind of want to keep it in a small area where you're going to put your paper down. But see, I'm just adding lots and lots of colors. They're laying right on top of my paper, on top of my water, okay? So you'll do this till you get lots of colors that you like. Try one more here and then we'll see what happens. I'm just scratching them in there. They're floating on top. Okay, now, let's see. Looks like some of my greens are sinking. I hope not. All right, then I'm going to set my chalks down and I'm going to take a piece of paper. Now, you want to you don't want it to go underwater, so you kind of want to bend it in sort of a U shape to place it down. So I'm going to place it right down and see how it floats. And you kind of tap it a little bit. And it's okay if a little water gets on top of it, but then all you do is you pick it up and you look at it. It has picked up the chalk. Now, you see there's some certain areas there that are still white. That might be because there just wasn't enough chalk there. That's okay. You can always try to go back in and pick up more chalk there if you have it in the tray. See if I can get some more. Does that work? Yeah. So these will be beautiful. They dry. At first they don't look like a whole lot, but then once they dry, they turn out to be pretty vibrant colors like this. These and these. Now, of course, you can decide what to do with these next. You could make a Grandparents' Day card out of these. You could take them and draw over top of them. You could use these in collages. You decide. That there's endless possibilities. And see, this is, now it's like a beautiful chalk print, floating chalk print. Okay, so that's our first project. That's really fun to do and pretty easy. I'm gonna set that aside. The next project is called bubble printing. So again, this is another form of printmaking. It's called bubble printing. And you are going to need these items. Let me move my tray. Okay. Basically, you need a bowl, a couple bowls of water. Now, I've already mixed these up, but I'm going to tell you how I did it. You also need just regular liquid soap. And then if you have either food coloring or liquid watercolor or even tempera paint to color the water, that would be great. Now I noticed when I did it with just liquid watercolor, I couldn't get a real vibrant color. So I did end up adding a good amount of tempera paint to get a nice brighter color. And you can see this is the actual print of a bubble. This blue is another print of a bubble, and the yellow is. And you can lay them on top of each other, okay? So let me show you how it works. Now, here's the really important part. You're gonna start out with just water in your dish, okay? Then you are going to pour in a little bit of soap, okay? And then you're going to mix that soap so that you don't see the soap floating anymore. It just looks like water that's mixed, okay? Then what you're gonna do is you're gonna add your color. Now in this case, I'm adding some yellow liquid watercolor. You could use dye or paint. Now the really fun part is you are going to blow bubbles. Now, here's a really important part. You're using a straw, and I know you usually suck up the liquid in a straw, but we're doing the opposite today. You are actually blowing from your mouth, blowing bubbles down into this bowl. So don't suck it up, of course, because it's got soap in it. It would be gross. But you're gonna start by just blowing bubbles. Get the bubbles to come up over the edge. Then you take your paper and you push it down on it. Just for a second. Lift it up. What do we got? Oh, you can see a little bit of that starts to make a beautiful pattern or design, okay? Now, I'm gonna try some red. It's actually magenta. I'm gonna stir it up. I noticed that if you stir the bubbles, maybe blow some bubbles, I noticed, and then kind of stir them a little and then blow some more, it gets them a little brighter. Okay, so here we go. Remember, no sucking up, you're just blowing out. All the way to the top like that. Now I'm gonna put my paper down, tap, 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 pull it up. Ooh, beautiful pattern on there. All right, now let's try a little blue. Okay, again, I noticed it's good to sort of stir up the bubbles before you try your print, before you, what's called pull a print. You're pulling a print off. So then more bubbles. Okay, I'm gonna lay my paper down. That, tap it, tap, 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 pull it up. Woo, and you got some beautiful overlapping blue, yellow, which of course blue and yellow is gonna turn a kind of green, and then you've got your red and blue overlapping, and you're gonna have some beautiful purple colors mixing. You can go over this and over this as much as you want. You can go back and do blue over here, more yellow in the center, whatever you'd like. Oops, sorry. I should have been holding it farther forward, but you can see we've got the yellow, some of it mixing with the blues, turning kind of green in there. Then of course you've got the red, and then you've got the blue, some of it's kind of looking purple. Now at the end of this, once it dries, you'll be able to see all these beautiful patterns and lines and shapes in there. And then you decide what you're gonna do with it. Maybe you take those and you draw something that you see, like, does this give you an idea that maybe this is an eye and this looks like a creature? Or you could obviously turn this into a beautiful card, or you could tear it and make it into collage pieces. The ideas you could create, I just can't wait to hear about, okay? So try this, and then maybe when we go live one of these times and are together as a group, we can share some of the things we've done. I hope you enjoyed it. Miss you. Bye-bye.